Welcome back to episode 7 of Flipping PCs Until I Buy My Dream Car. So this video is going to be a little bit different than the past few episodes. We're going to actually first talk about some of the PCs that we have flipped in the past recent episodes, and then we're going to actually build a computer with you guys, showing you guys all of the parts that I chose and the overall cost breakdown of it, show some of the aesthetics as well, so hopefully you guys do enjoy that. It has been a little bit slow, like I've said in the last episode. However, I have actually sold a few computers, which is really awesome to see. And I actually just set up a Jawa account, so hopefully I'm able to list some of the PCs that I have for sale on Jawa and eventually end up flipping them on Jawa. I know they do take a little bit of a fee, so I'm going to mark them up a little bit more than I will on my local marketplaces, but still, if they're able to boost the amount of sales that I have, I will not complain at all. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with Jawa. Hey, hopefully they end up sponsoring some of these videos. I've seen a few YouTubers being sponsored, so would not complain. Jawa, hit me up down below. However, let's get into first talking about some of the PCs that I did end up flipping since the end of the last episode. So real quick, I'm going to pop up some B-roll footage of just some of the PCs that I've been flipping in the past few episodes, just as background footage. Talk about the two PCs that I have flipped since the last episode. Go over them quickly, go over the cost, flip price, and then how much profit I made on both of them combined. So real quick, I'm going to show you guys that, so let's look at it. Alright, so very quickly, I'm just going to go over these two, show you guys some pictures of the two PCs I did end up flipping, and then we're going to go on and build the computer in this episode. So let me real quick go over these. So this first one is the all-white one that you saw in the last episode. Had the Ryzen 5 3600 and GTX 1660 Super in all-white. Was in that SAMA 2771 case. This one I ended up selling for $540, and the total build cost was $431.74, which leads to a total profit on this PC of $108.26. Now this is one of the ones that I've had sitting for about 3 weeks now, so it wasn't the greatest profit, but still the fact that I got over $100 profit and I ended up flipping it and getting rid of it, I'm very happy with that. So got that one out and ended up flipping it. The other one was this Ryzen 5 2600 and GTX 1660 Super as well in the all white case. As of the time of recording this, I sold this yesterday, so the total build cost was $409.98. I ended up selling it for $480 cash, which leads to a total profit of $70.02. Now this is one of the ones I have barely had any people ask about it, so if someone was interested, they said they'd pay $484. I had it listed for $500. I was like, absolutely, let's meet. So the person ended up picking it up, buying it, everything worked out great. So really glad I moved on from this one. Not my greatest profit, but hey, still $70 is $70. And after flipping those two, total profit wise, we are up to $1,719.44 on the entire series. Really, really good. I'm glad we're over 1,700, very close to 2,000. And I actually think when I flip a few more of the computers that I have, we will be hitting over 2,000, which is really awesome. So yeah, I really quickly wanted to show you guys the two that I did end up flipping since last episode. Made a little bit of profit, looking very good. Now let's go to the PC that I'm going to be building. Alright guys, so now that you have seen the two PCs that we flipped since last episode, now we're going to actually build a computer. So I actually did this in episode 2, and you guys said you liked it, so I'm just going to kind of go over the aspects of building it, go over some of the parts. We're going to actually build it, so let's go. First of all, sorry if it's a little bit dark. The lighting isn't the best in this room, but you should still be able to see it. So these are all the parts in general, and I'll pop up a little parts list right now. So starting off with the case, so it's actually the SAMA ARGB Q5 in black. Comes with 3 pre-installed ARGB fans, and I want to say it was like $60 after tax, so pretty good deal. Looks pretty solid, has the front mesh as well, so pretty excited about that. But we'll start over here. Got a B450M DS3H Wi-Fi. This I bought used off eBay. I want to say I paid a little bit above $60 for it. I'll pop it up right now. I'm not completely sure if it has even been used. Hey, got it for a good price, cannot complain. This is the CPU, and I'm not really too happy with this. It's a Ryzen 5 1400. I would use a Ryzen 5 2600, but I only have one left, and I already have it for another build. And I really don't think a 3600 would fit too well with this GPU, which is a 1070. I obviously don't think it would be bad in general. I think it'd actually be a really good pairing, but I'd much rather pair my 3600s with better graphics cards instead of a 1070. Have this 1400 sitting around, so hey, it shouldn't be too much of a bottleneck. So I still think it should make a pretty decent pairing at 1080p gaming. Then we got some, obviously, the classic Timelapse Pinnacle conduit, DDR4, I want to say 3200 megahertz. Got a 1TB Timelapse SSD as well, obviously. This is my go-to, and I've used this for a lot of builds. For the cooler, I got this SE214XT from ID Cooling. I actually got this used, I want to say it was like $16, and it looks pretty good, so I'm going to end up using it. I don't think anything's wrong with it, it just looked used. Got a pretty good deal on that. And then this is the GTX 1070 Founders Edition. Actually, I don't even think it's a Founders Edition. I think it's... Actually, it might be the Founders Edition. I don't even know what this is. But I got this in the deal from the last episode. As you see, I got 2 of them and a GTX 1060 for $75 for all 3. So, really good deal. Only ended up paying $37.50 for this. So, should be pretty good and going towards flipping this PC. Alright, so the first thing we are going to do is get the motherboard out, get the CPU out, get the RAM out, and get the SSD out, put them all together, and I'll show you guys me putting all of that into the motherboard. So let's do that. Alright, so as you can see here, got the motherboard out, got some of the accessories like the IO shield, Wi-Fi antennas, there's some SATA cables, I'm not going to use those, these are just have out for now, but I'm going to end up using both of these later. Got the CPU, RAM, cooler, and SSD. So first we're going to take this CPU out of the shell and put it into here, so give me 1 second to do that.
5 hours later.
Alright, so as you can see, I just opened this up real quick. Opened up this little latch right here on the actual motherboard as well. So just going to take out the Ryzen 5 1400 from its case. Right there, as you can see, pins looking good. I've already looked at all these pins earlier, so they should fit. So obviously get the gold arrow, which is in this bottom corner right here, as you can see, and line it up in the top left. Just drop it in. And it did take a little bit of wiggling. I think there was a pin that was slightly bent, but seemed to go into the socket pretty well. Seems all the way around looking good in there. So just closing it down. And there we are, CPU installed. Just taking this over here, and I'm actually going to take out included thermal paste that comes in like this little clear packet, only because I don't think the used cooler actually came with any, so I'll just end up using this. It is a little bit liquidy, but I've used this in the past in a lot of builds, and it ends up working just fine. I've never had any issues. Perfectly fine and capable, especially of this. It's a Ryzen 5 1400. Should be more than fine. So next is going to actually be the RAM. So I'm going to take this out real quick, and actually I'll real quick do this first. Turn this 90 degrees and open up the 2 slots, which is going to be the second and the 4th slot, as you can see right there. Turn it that way so you can see it better. So taking these out, as you can see, I just put the little packet or the case that it came in over here. Here's the RAM, and what we're going to do is just take it, line it up with the notch. So as you can see, this notch right here lines up with it. Slide it in, goes like that, and then you should be able to push down on one side. Hear a click. There's that click, and then on the other side as well. Oh, there it is. It takes a little bit of pressure, but pushing down just on one side than the other, you should be able to get it. And then just going to do the same as well. Make sure the little notch lines up. Put it in there, and then 1 click, and then 2 clicks. There we go. And there's the RAM installed. As you can see, looking good. I actually do like the all black aesthetic of these ones. They look pretty solid. So got it out of the little case, just put it over there. Here it is. As you can see, just a nice 1 terabyte NVMe Gen 3 drive. And actually there was a little screw in this right here. Just have it right here. And obviously I need to take it out. So what you do is you angle this at a 45-degree angle, kind of like that. And then you just push it in. The notch should line up on here. And then as you can see, it's all the way in. You can't see the little teeth anymore. And then this should be able to go down, line up with that. And then I'm just going to screw that screw back in right there. So as you can see, screwing in this screw right here, going all the way tight, and perfect. There we are. The SSD is now completely installed, and we have everything besides the CPU cooler. So looking at this, as you can see, I got all of these stuff out. Yeah, got these out. So what we're going to do is first, actually I can just do this right now with you guys, put these red little spacers in between. Actually, there's a way to do it. There's like a flat side and a rounded side. Put them all on like this right here. And then as you can see, looks like that. So then what we're going to do next is put these this way with the little thing facing out, and then put all the screws in. So it's hard to do with one hand. I'm gonna just do it real quick, and then I can show you guys me just tightening them up. So give me like 2 seconds. Got these on. I'm going to use my electrical screwdriver, or this thing is called the mechanical one, blah, blah, blah. Put this in here.
As you can see, tighten this down like that. Tighten this one down like this.
And after getting those 4 down, as you can see, it kind of like makes a little like O shape, a little bit like that. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. So next step is going to be putting on thermal paste, which like I said, they didn't include thermal paste in this because it's used, but I'm going to use this, just kind of rip it open, put a little glop of it on there. It should be good. And then this is going to be the cooler. So put the thermal paste on, as you can see right there, got a little goop of it. And now I'm going to put this on. Again, it's difficult, one hand, but let me see if I can do it real quick. So it's kind of just going to go like this and make contact. So I got both of them down. I just did the left side right there, as you can see right there, and then got the right side both a little bit on. Should be able to just do this side all the way down, and only do one side all the way down if the other side does have like contact and it's made contact with the threads. If not, it'll just kind of like spring up because it's not actually down. And now tightening it all the way down. There we go. Just fully stops, you know when to stop. And there we are. So next, the final step actually is just to put the CPU cooler fan on. So just going to get these things, put it on the fan, clip it on with these little clips right here, and then just plug the fan CPU into this right here. So let me do that. So got the fan on itself right there, and then here's the CPU header, plugging it in right there in the 4-pin, and there we go. So got that, and this is obviously just the 3-pin ARGB header. It's gonna just go behind it and plug into the ARGB hub that is included with this case, and all of the 4 fans will be able to sync together. So there's that. Alright, so with that now finished, the best way to do this is honestly probably just to do a little time lapse of me putting it together. When it comes to actually just putting the motherboard in the case and doing all that, it's really boring. It's just kind of cable management. It's not really fun to see or do. And then I'll actually just set up my phone, do a little time lapse of everything, and add some music to the background so you can see it. And then I'll show you the finished build, turn it on, everything like that. Show you guys the actual time lapse of me putting together the rest of the PC in the case.
We should wait for new projects.
PC has officially been built. Let's look at it. So, as you can see, here it is. I finally got it completely done. Besides, I didn't put the panels on yet, the front or the back panel. Got the GTX 1070 in here, cable, got all of the fans, and in the back, as you can see, I tried my best to cable manage as good as I can. It was really nice that the bottom is completely blocked off, so I could kind of just like shove some cables under here, which really does end up helping with cable management just because it makes it a lot easier. But as you can see, use some zip ties to tie some stuff down, and overall, looking not too bad at all. Alright, so we got it plugged in right here to the back, got the display port plugged in as well as my keyboard and wireless mouse right there into that little USB hub. Got the actual Wi-Fi antennas in as well, so let's do the first boot. Alright, I just completely forgot to plug in the SATA cable into the USB hub, or the, not the USB hub, the RGB fan header hub. I didn't plug it in at all, so that's why they weren't spinning and there was no power to it. Plug that in, put the back panel back on. So second time the charm, got everything plugged in, so let's see it. Ooh, there we go. Alright, so we got the actual color lights and the actual fans are spinning as well, so that's good to see. And then if I click this little button right here, LED, should be able to go through the cycle. And yeah, as you can see, different colors. And this is actually the one I like to put it on. As you can see, RGB. And as you can see over here, look at that. Got a post right there. Just gonna click Y. So got the post, all looking good. As you can see, the GeForce GTX on this lights up as well. All the fans are spinning, looking very solid. So off to a good start. I'm going to install Windows 11 on here, get it activated with a Windows key, everything like that, and download some games, test bench them, and go from there. Alright, so with that being said, with this computer being built, I am going to be testing it, and I'll actually show you guys the results to it in the next video. I don't think I have enough time to completely test it, take pictures, list it before I want to post this video. Next video, I will actually go over this exact PC, talk about the selling process in terms of actually listing and everything, talk about the actual benchmarks I got from this PC and games that I normally test, such as Fortnite, Apex Legends, The Final, stuff like that. Yeah, with that being said, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the end of today's video. So yeah, that is going to be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to my channel down below. I would really appreciate it if you guys wanted to follow me on this journey to flipping PCs until I buy a car. As for the car, I still don't even know yet. I have a perfectly functioning car right now that I love, but I think it was just a good title for the name, and eventually I'd like to get a new one. We'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, guys, if you are enjoying this series, make sure you leave a comment down below. I'd really appreciate your guys' feedback that you guys have been leaving on the video. Actually, in terms of last episode, I did have a different microphone, and I've had a few comments saying that it wasn't sounding that good. It was really muffled. I'm not sure what was the problem with the audio, but I did return that microphone to Amazon and bought this new one, and I've been listening to it here and there, and I think it sounds a lot better than the last one. So let me know if you guys like it, if it's a lot clearer, and if it's more than acceptable for using in the videos in this series. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this, like I said, make sure to leave a like. I really do appreciate it. We just recently passed 900 subscribers, which is just absolutely insane to me. I can't believe you guys have been showing the support that you guys have on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe to my channel down below. Thank you so much. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode of Flipping PCs. Peace out.